Well, hello YouTube, this is the Badass Mojo, and today I'll be showing you guys how to build my favorite sentinel in the game, Diriga. And the weapon it has is a sniper rifle, which is called the vulklok. And we're going to be building a riven build, so it's kind of like cheating, but it's not, because this thing has a really strong riven disposition, which is like 4 out of 5, which is really good. And I managed to get a really good weapon, but it has a really bad thing going on for it. I'll show you guys that too. But for some reason, it's not popping up the stats for the regular, diriga. I have 5 forma on this vulklok, by the way. So this build does require 5 formas, and it does really work out very well. So if you see the stuff that I have going on, it has a 145% crit chance with 10.8 times crit multiplier, which is stupid. And it has 700 base damage with 50% status chance, which is really good. I can change that 50% status chance and make that damage go high, but there's a reason why I can't, because the riven I got gives me 165% crit chance with 150% crit damage. However, it's taking away 84% of my flight speed on my projectiles. So if I were to take terminal velocity off, it would miss every shot. It would land some shots, but I don't want it to miss most of the shots because it barely fires any, because the fire rate on this thing is really low. So yeah, I had to format about 5 times and to get this whole build going on. So I format a D polarity for the riven itself because, well, the rivens usually take about 18 points, and you don't want anything to take up 18 points on a build because that's just stupid. Added a Y polarity for split chamber because I have to had decrease points on split chamber, because split chamber takes 15 points. This thing takes 11 points, and now it takes only 6 points. So forma does help, because without forma you can only fit in about 5 mods max. So with a lot of forma, I had adjusted this build. So again, a lot of crit chance, a lot of crit damage on this riven, which helps out very well. I hope it, I wish there wasn't a negative projectile speed. I wish it was something I don't know, something like a, not negative fire rate, because that would just be crazy. Negative magazine, that would be even, that would be good ish. I mean, I would not want a negative at all, but if I do get a negative, I would rather have a negative magazine than negative flight speed, because flight speed, this thing fires only 1 shot every 15 seconds ish. I know I'm over exaggerating, but this thing is really slow, but when it does shot, it's crazy powerful. I'll show you guys how it works in a second. So split chamber, infected clip for that more toxin damage, because this weapon's base damage is actually electricity, which is weird for a sniper rifle, which is alright because it's similar to the it's a primary weapon. I forgot the name of it. I think it's called the vulklok. Lanka. I mean, yeah, similar to Lanka, which does electricity damage and it has a 25% crit chance. It's similar to that, so it's like a Lanka sniper rifle sentinel, which is really powerful. So I added toxin damage to get that corrosive proc going on. Hammer shot for some status chance and critical damage. So in all, it just gives me a lot of critical damage. 150 over here, another 60% over here, and another 120 over here, which is really good. Added point strike for critical chance, because on this thing, argon scope and stuff like that don't work because this thing doesn't aim, which I hate, because sentinels should be allowed to aim, or whenever they shoot, they should be able to proc those, the bladed round. I wish there was a way of them to do that. So yeah, this is the build. I added terminal velocity because if I take this off and add another dual stat mod, like electricity mod, it would make this damage go crazy high, but it would take away from my flight speed, and then I would miss, because negative 84% flight speed is really a lot. You only are left with 20 or 18, 16 ish flight speed. Your bullets are really slow, but they do hit, so that's really cool. But by the time they reach the enemy, they're just like probably like moved away, because these bullets they're not homing bullets. So yeah, you do miss when you have that taken off. So I will spawn in a couple of enemies. I'll spawn in regular enemies, like survival enemies first, and then I'll switch to like heavy guys and see what it does against those guys. By the way, if you use mag on this guy is just murdering things like left and right. So I'm gonna get a butcher, like butchers, bunch of these guys. I don't have the regular orphan butchers. I'll pause their AI. I'll make them as high level as I can, level 115, and I'll show you how that works. I don't know, just turn that on for no reason. Again, this thing takes 5 formas to get this all the way over here. This will be really, really powerful in the Plains of Eidolon, because this thing has a lot of range and you can literally snipe people across the map. The only downside is that it only shoots a couple of rounds per second, which is really slow. So yeah, I think it doesn't shoot them when they're paused, so I'll just unpause them and probably jump over here and see how that works. Hopefully they don't kill me. Unpause. What the hell just happened? Okay, I'll just go back, spawn, kill these. I don't know if there is any left, but if there are, I'll kill them. Spawn in some more. Oh, he just died. Yep, level 100 enemies and he's just murdering them. He does fire really, really slow, so that's like the only downside. But when he does fire, it's really, really good because it does a lot of damage. Again, I have a 10.8 times crit multiplier with 145% crit chance, which is really, really good. If this weapon had a little bit tiny more fire rate, this would have been like the most OP sentinel gun in the whole game, because a lot of fire rate with all that damage, it would just be crazy. I'll spawn in a level 100 heavy gunner, corrupted heavy gunner. No, I didn't need to spawn a sentient. See how that works. It might be not like as powerful, but it hopefully does work out for this video, because that would be embarrassing if it doesn't do anything. Oh, it just landed a... Shoot him. Yep, it does affect him, but not as much. Yep, he lost some of his health. So let me see if I can put a bubble on him. He just lost a chunk of his health. By the way, this bubble has no a lot of power strength, so it's not as powerful as like my regular bubble. It's still doing a lot of damage though. I mean, you guys saw how he that wasn't even a crit. I think that was not a crit, because when it does crit, it would just literally it would take away all of his health bar. Like, it's stupid powerful. With mag, this thing is really powerful. With regular frames, it is still powerful, but it's not as powerful because this thing has a lot of negative things going on. For example, I can't add the fire rate mod, because if I were to take that terminal velocity off, it would just ruin it. You know what? I'll add it just for the sake of the testing in the video, and see what happens. So take that off and add a fire rate mod. Let's see. Do I have? Oh, this takes 9 points. I don't have 9 points. I would say add this probably. It just doubles the amount of doubles-ish the amount of fire rate, but hopefully it does fire a lot. I'll spawn in those 4 guys again, because again that thing is really powerful, but it's not that great against a heavy guy, because it fires so slow that it doesn't seem to do any damage. But it does damage if you have a mag with a really powerful build. See how he literally walked away from the bullet? Yep, it travels really slow, but when it does land on them, it just hurts them a lot. I think he got hit, but it didn't proc a crit, so that's why he didn't die. Yep, they just get I feel bad for them how they melt. It's stupid. It's firing like really faster than the usual, which is really good. But you guys saw how it missed a shot, and I don't like it when it misses a shot because it barely shoots anything. So I'll have to put that on again. Terminal velocity. Yep. Put that on. And for the Volcar, this is my build. For some reason, I think I only formatted once for a dash polarity. I mean a D polarity, but other than that, it's a Orkin Catalyst build. I'm not using this mod, which is really good for crowd control, but I don't like it because I like my vacuum and Matty Ray. Matty Ray works out very well on some of the Warframes. It helps me a lot because it gives me health over time a little bit, which is really helpful. I mean, I can aura my Warframes to have that other mod that gives me 3 health regen per second, but some Warframes require you to get like another aura, which will like help them out on the damage side. So that's the only reason why I use Matty Ray. Other than that, if it wasn't for this, I would probably add this. But yeah, for the first mod on the Sentinel itself, I added calculated shot because it goes like this: first, second, third, and fourth. That's how the like the way Sentinels operate. Like they'll check to see if there's an enemy around. They'll shoot it. If I have low health, they'll put some health on me. They'll vacuum. Vacuum is like a passive thing, so it always vacuums. And if it dies, it would regen. I had a prime regen, a sacrifice. I do still have a sacrifice, but I sold both of them in a combo. I was selling them like in a combo, and I sold them for 350. Both of them. I had about 5 of these, but I ran out and I sold all of them. So yeah, that's like the only reason why I don't have another sacrifice. Yeah, so this thing only has 50 armor, which is not great. So just for the sake of having armor, I would say add this mod. Then have a loot detector mod like Animal Instinct, because without this, it feels like really bad picking up all the mods and like not knowing where the mods are. Also, it shows the enemies, which is really good. Health is a really good thing on this Sentinel. It has a lot of health, so health mod would be really good. Shield mods is not that great, but it's helpful. That's why I have this mod, so it like regenerates shields really fast, and also regen because I wanted to come back and kick some more ass when he dies. Other than that, that's the whole build. 5 formas for this thing and a riven. Try to get a riven for this thing. This thing is worth it. If you manage to get a better riven than me, I'm pretty sure you can, because this thing has a negative flight speed. I wish you could land a. I wish I could land a riven where I get negative like magazine, but like instead of having punch through, I get a lot of attack speed, crit chance, and crit damage, which will be really good. But other than that, this thing is really handy, and it does kill a lot of people. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a really good day, and yeah, subscribe if you haven't, and peace.